Ring, ring. Have a nice day, everyone, Mr. Peters says. All the students exit the classroom except for one. What's up, Noah? Well, I was wondering if I could get any extra credit. Finals are coming up and I need a little boost, Noah says. Well, you know I don't do extra credit. I know, but I figured I'd ask anyway. Mr. Peters could see the sympathy behind Noah's intentions. Tell you what, let me think about it for a day, and I'll get back to you tomorrow. Okay, thank you, Noah says as he leaves. Recently, Noah has been putting in full effort toward his assignments, so Mr. Peters wants to try to return the favor. Brad starts to grade papers before the next class period starts when Mrs. Helen walks in. Hello, Brad. How are you? Mrs. Helen asks. Oh, I'm doing all right, Charlotte. How are you? Charlotte is Brad's teaching neighbor. You know, I'm a little troubled. I'm trying to ask out David, but I just can't seem to work up the courage, Charlotte explains. David is another fellow teacher, called Mr. Erickson by the students. He is quite the catch. Tall, muscular, dark hair, everything a woman wants. Oh, I'm sorry. It took me 5 times before I could even talk to my wife, and even then I had to do a lot of convincing, Brad says. Yeah, I guess. It's just really frustrating. After the encounter, Brad kept thinking about what he could do to help her. The next day, Noah comes up to Mr. Peters after class, again. He asks about the extra credit, and Brad realizes that he had an answer. So, he takes out a small piece of paper and writes, I was wondering if you wanted to go get dinner sometime? Signed, Charlotte. Take this note and give it to Mr. Erickson, and I'll give you some extra credit on the final. That work? Mr. Peters asks Noah. Yeah, which one is Mr. Erickson? Noah asks. He is just down the hall, brown hair, tall, always wears a bow tie. He teaches history and has a bunch of posters in his room. Can't miss him. Brad thinks he has done it. Now all he has to do is just sit and wait. Mr. Lance comes storming into Charlotte's classroom. How did you think this was okay? He asks her. What are you talking about? Charlotte asks. This note, what is it, some kind of game? I'm married, Charlotte. Yeah, I know. I've met your wife. Why does that matter? You literally asked me out, Mr. Lance yells. I did not. Why would I ever think to do something like that? Charlotte responds. Don't deny it. You wrote your name on it. Look. Mr. Lance shoves the note in Charlotte's face for her to read. Charlotte's jaw drops. I didn't write that. Well, if you didn't write it, then who did? Mr. Lance asks. Charlotte had no idea. Later in the day, when Charlotte hadn't visited Brad yet, Brad finally gives into the waiting and goes into her room. Hey, Charlotte, have you talked to David yet? Brad asks. No, but Mr. Lance paid me a visit, Charlotte says. What? Why? He had a note that was supposedly written by me that I asked him out to dinner. What? You didn't write it, did you? No, of course not. That is very strange, Brad comments. Yeah, I guess I'm just avoiding Mr. Lance's room for the rest of my life, Charlotte says, defeated. I'll try to find out who wrote it, Brad says. Brad is very perturbed. How could Noah screw this up? It was such a simple task. The next day, Mr. Peters stops Noah on his way out the door. Hey, Noah, did you deliver the note like I asked? Mr. Peters asks. Yeah, I did. Why? Did you read it? Mr. Peters questions. No. Be honest. Okay, fine. Yes, I read it. Were you trying to set up a date with Mrs. Helen and Mr. Erickson? Noah admits. Yes, but it didn't work out since you gave it to the wrong guy. What? No, I put it on Mr. Erickson's desk. No, you didn't. Now Mr. Lance wants to know why Charlotte asked him out. Wait. Mr. Erickson's room is 211, right? No, it's 212. You asked out the wrong guy, Mr. Peters exclaims. Noah stands in silence, unsure what to say. Brad was caught. Does he reveal what he tried to do? Or does he let it be and just let it die? And just as he was trying to decide what to do, the one and only Charlotte walks in. Hey, Brad, did you ever figure out who wrote that note? This was Brad's moment. Just tell her you wrote it. Nope, I have no idea. This is all really weird, Charlotte says. Yeah. Brad knows what he did was wrong, but he doesn't want to create more trouble than he already did. He dug the hole and threw the lie in.
Created using Powtoon.